Hi, and welcome to the video for the Unit 1 retake review for Unit 1 of Algebra 1. For number 1 here, it says, for the following equations in standard form, find the x and y intercepts, which is technically incorrect because they don't want us to find the x and y intercepts. They want us to find what the actual unknown is. In this particular case, it's n. I got negative 9 minus n equals n minus 1. They want to know what n is. So, I could do plus 1 to each side. All I'm trying to do here is get all the numbers on one side and all the letters on the other. Negative 9 plus 1 is negative 8 minus n equals n, because 1 minus 1 goes away. Now I'm going to add n, the opposite of minus n, to each side. And what I get is negative 8 equals, I just brought this negative 8 down, 2n. And my last step always when I'm solving an equation is to divide by whatever the number is in front of the letter. In this case, it's 2. The reason I do that is because anything divided by itself is 1. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4 equals n. That is the answer for A. B is kind of the same thing here. Going to get all my letters on one side, all my numbers on the other. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add 4. And I get 4x equals 15 minus x. Still have an x over here, so I'm going to get rid of it. Plus x plus x. 4x plus 1x is 5x equals 15. What's my last step always? If you said divide, that is correct. I would divide both sides by 5, and I would get 1x equals, what is 15 divided by 5? That's your answer. Write it down. Over here, pretty much the same thing, except I have to combine some like terms. Like terms are the x's or the numbers. In this case, I got a 3x and a 3x, so I'm just going to put those two together. 3 plus 3 is 6. I'm going to go 1 plus 6x equals negative 11 plus 3x. I'm going to subtract 1, first of all. And I get 6x equals negative 12 plus 3x. And to get rid of that 3x, I subtract it. Both sides of the equal sign. It's legal as long as I do that. 6 minus 3 is going to be 3x and negative 12, because 3x minus 3x is 0. It zeroes out. Divide both sides by 3. What do you get? X equals what? What's a negative divided by a positive? All right. For 2, there are diamond problems. And to refresh your memory, this is A, this is B, this is A plus B, and this is A times B in the top. So what we know here for A is that this times 6 equals negative 84. And these two together add up. So we'll have to go backwards. The opposite of multiplication is division. If I divide negative 84 by 6, it will give me the answer for what belongs in our blank there. So negative 84 divided by 6 is negative 14. Because negative 14 times 6 is negative 84. Negative 14 plus 6 is negative 8. Here it's easy. Negative 4 plus 14 is 10. Negative 4 times 14 is, what would it be, negative 56? Let's try. Yes, negative 56. Negative 56 right up there. Here, you have to think of two numbers that multiplied together are 9, but added together are 10. The simplest way to solve these sorts of problems where you're given it is to determine what two numbers multiply together, and that's whole numbers, not talking about fractions, equal 9. So it's 1 and 9, 3 and 3 Basically, that's it. 1 and 9 adds up to 10, so that is our answer, 1 and 9. Here, 12 plus something equals 2. So, 2 minus 12 equals what goes over here, -10 and -120. All right, you may be inhibited somewhat as to how you can solve these next ones because you don't have graph paper, but you know what? You don't need to have, just sketch a graph. You don't need a perfect one. It says create a table and then graph and describe the given equation, each one. And so what they want us to do is they're giving us the x to input for this equation. And once we do that, we plug in what it comes out to be y. So it'd be -5 squared plus 4 times -5 equals 3. You can also solve these by plugging them into the y equals window of your calculator as x squared plus 4x plus 3. And then going to the table and seeing what does it give you for -5. Here's what it gives me. It gives me 8. For -4, it gives me a 3. For -3, it's a 0. Then a -1. Then a 0. Then a 3. And then an 8. And we can see how, if we're going out this way or this way, these numbers are the same. 0, 0, 3, 3, 8, 8. That means it's the very top or the very bottom of a parabola. So let's graph it and see what it looks like. -5, 8. Right there. -4, 3. -3, 0. -1, rather -2, -1, -1, 0, 0, 3, and 1, 8. Oops. So I'm just going to sketch this. This is kind of what our parabola looks like. So what we have here is the very bottom of the graph. Since it is a parabola, what does that mean? It means it's quadratic. I have to write it down here. For some reason, it won't let me write up there. Quadratic. That's what belongs up there. All right, you can do the same thing with the next equation, which looks like a y equals mx plus b equation. And we can plug it into our calculator. Or we can just take -2, plug it in there. -5 times -2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. That would be my first number. For -1, if you plug it in, you get 9. For 0, if you plug that in, you get 4. For 1, you get -1. And for 2, you get -6. So if we graph that, what we're looking at is -2, 14 is not going to be on the graph, but -1, 9 is, oops, right there. It's not going to let me write, but 0, 4, 1, -1, and 2, -6. So again, my line looks something like this. And as we can tell, this one is linear. All right. It says evaluate or solve the following functions. It says the f of x when 3x plus 7 when f equals 6. So what we're going to do is 3 times 6 plus 7. 3 times 6 is 18 plus 7. 18 plus 7 is 25. Do the same thing over here. You're going to plug in a 5. So that would be 5 squared plus 2 times 5 minus 3. You just kind of do it step by step. What's 5 times 5? You said 25. You're right. What's 2 times 5? $32 is the answer for the middle one. Here, they're looking for one of two things. That's difficult for me to tell. It looks like it's 30 equals x squared plus 5. We subtract 5, and we get 25 equals x squared. And of course, it's weird, but it's usual. It's a legal move. We can make the square root of each side. The square root of 25 is plus or minus 5 of x squared is x. All right, there you have it. That is our review. Please submit your assignment and let me know when you're ready for the next one. Thank you.